Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another book review. This time we're talking about Mr. Matt Braun's Wyatt Earp. So this is kind of a historical fiction book about Wyatt Earp and the shootout at the OK Corral. Just kind of digging into this. I am a huge fan of anything to do with Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, the Cowboys, shootout at the OK Corral, all that. I don't know why I am obsessed with the subject. Obviously I reviewed the book Tombstone on here, which was talking about this, and I listened to podcasts about this subject and whatnot. But enough of the background on this. Let's get into this. Is this book, worth reading? I would say yes. I would definitely think so. This is one, if you're wanting something close to the movie Tombstone, I would highly recommend picking up this book. It delves a little bit into it. You get a little bit of background knowledge, just enough to kind of fill you in on this. He's not going to overload you with a bunch of useless stuff in this. There's not a whole lot of fluff in this book. This book is pretty much straight and to the point. You essentially start off just kind of learning a little bit about, how Tombstone came to be and whatnot. And then you're thrust into, Tombstone, or modern day Tombstone with Wyatt Earp was there. And just kind of going over, the events that kind of sort of led up to, the shootout at the OK Corral. Really, this book does focus mostly, though, on, Wyatt and the Earp brothers and whatnot, and what led to, them being done fighting with the Cowboys. This book does focus a little bit more on the issue between Wyatt Earp and Johnny Behan versus, the movie Tombstone. In this, Behan is shown to be a little bit more of a coward, if you will. I know in Tombstone, the movie, Ike Clanton, and again, I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm going to refer to the movie quite a bit just because it's one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite Westerns of all time. Ike Clanton is not shown necessarily as much of a coward in this book, which I kind of liked. But, it does touch a little bit on some stuff that I learned happened that Tombstone did not touch on. For example, Wyatt approached Ike Clanton to say, hey, and I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil this a little bit. He approached Ike to say, hey, what? There's a reward if you could tell us where, these people are that did this. And, Ike wrestles with it a little bit and whatnot. And so you get a little bit more in-depth look at this, in each, Wyatt's interaction with each person versus just, hey, it's Wyatt and his brothers versus, the whole Cowboy gang. No, you get, you get the Ike and the, Wyatt, you get Johnny Behan and Wyatt Earp interacting, you get, Wyatt Earp's girlfriend, which I will point out, the only thing that really bothered me with this book, was that, Wyatt Earp, if you watch Tombstone and you read the book Tombstone by Mr. Tom Clavin, it talks about how, Wyatt has a common law wife, if you will. She does not appear in this book. It starts off, I thought she was going to show up and she never did. It really talks about, Wyatt Earp and his girlfriend, the one that was at the Birdcage Theater. I'm drawing a blank on her name. I do apologize. It's very early and this is my second video of the day and I'm still on my first cup of coffee. But, again, would I recommend this book? Yes. It seems, I don't know why, but it seems hard to find this book. I'm trying to find Matt Braun's book, Doc Holliday. It seems a little hard to find that as well. I'm not sure if Mr. Braun, I know he's got quite a few books out there. I'm not sure if he's as well known as other people or if his books aren't in publication anymore or whatnot. But I will just kind of end this video by saying if you are a huge fan or very interested in the shootout at the OK Corral or anything to do with Wyatt Earp or the Cowboys and whatnot, I would highly recommend picking up this book. It's not anything, that it's going to take you too long. I don't feel like, this book's only, it's a little under 300 pages, so it's not too long. It's pretty precise, to the point. Like I said, not a whole lot of fluff. You get some interactions that you don't see in Tombstone, and they really do focus on the, you know, feud between Johnny Behan and Wyatt Earp, which I really like that. I mean, you get to see, you know, and read about the two newspapers in the town, the Nugget, and I forget what the other one is called, just kind of going back and forth. You know, I believe it was the Nugget that was backing Johnny Behan, and then you had the other one, and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, what it's called, you know, backing Wyatt Earp, and you get to see the interaction between Wyatt and the editor of that newspaper, and just kind of, you know, the slandering that was done between the two newspapers to take down the other side and whatnot. And you get to see Wyatt try to run for sheriff in this, and you just, again, you get to see a little bit more in-depth, detailed local politics in this versus what, you know, the movie Tombstone talked about. But again, I really, really enjoyed this book. I think I got a little bit burned out, though, having just read, you know, a nonfiction book about this and then reading this. But again, I very, very much enjoyed this book. I would highly recommend picking it up. Even if you're not, you know, that interested in, you know, as interested as me, I should say, in the shootout, the OK Corral and all this stuff, I would still recommend picking this up. This is a nice historical fiction book about, you know, Tombstone. You kind of see, you get some Doc Holliday in there, which again I think is great. But again, I'm gonna end this video as always thanking y'all for stopping by and checking out these videos. I know not a whole lot of people out there are that interested in Western books, but you know what, we're gonna bring them back. We're gonna, you know, bring them to the forefront, one video at a time. But again, I do appreciate y'all for stopping by and checking out the video. Thank you.